Good evening, everyone. You can all call me Zephyr. Welcome to my channel. As you can see, I am a tarot reader that, may not be obvious from the channel title. And so today I'm gonna launch into my first public reading. And I hope that it resonates with whoever comes across it and that it is helpful and beneficial to you in some way, shape, or form. The intention is for these to be helpful messages. They're not love readings. Love comes up, of course, because love just permeates our day-to-day life. There is not an aspect of life that is not affected by love, any more than there is not an aspect of our life that is not influenced or affected by hatred or fear. So, those things will all come up, of course. Hopefully more of the former and a lot less of the latter too. But, we all go through the ebbs and flows of life. So we'll see how that goes. I will say, though, that just from the pre-shuffle, these were the cards that came out right off the top from the pre-shuffle. I don't know why. I felt compelled to pull them. I don't usually. So I'm not quite done with the shuffling yet. But, oh, that's another thing I should let you all know. I'm not going to be doing readings according to individual zodiac signs at this time. I just don't have the time every day to sit down and do that, or even the time every week to sit down and do all 12. And on top of that, I'd like to address this in much more of a general collective family overview and a soul tribe, spiritual tribe overview. And within that, we will be, of course, looking at our different tribal cousins, the earth cousins, the fire cousins, the water and air cousins, and the signs related to those elements will be addressed in that manner. Other than that, welcome to my channel. Like I said before, I hope this is helpful to you. And geez, man, the pre-shuffle energy came out, and I gotta say, the future's looking pretty good for a lot of, for whoever comes across this, for whoever this resonates with. Got some powerful energy, and you can tell that there's some dreams and some drive here. Some indecision on the new beginning, because we have the Fool here at the bottom of the deck. Don't know if you could see her really clearly or not, but there she is. I happen to love this deck. Oh, and disclaimer, if any of my setup for my videos seems at all reminds you, whether it be the elements or the general collective of any other readers you have seen here on YouTube, some of them have in fact been an inspiration to me. So, when I was young, I remember hearing that imitation is the best form of flattery, so none of this is intended to be stealing from anybody else or taking from their fire or anything like that. It is simply emulation. Emulating those that I have found inspiration and guidance from. So, that said, let's dig in just to this is just the pre-shuffle. I just wanted to show you because, it's pretty interesting. The first card that came off the top was the Queen of Staves, the Queen of Fire there, and as you can see, this woman is, you can tell she's fierce, and it's not, she's passionate, she knows what she wants, she's in full bloom. And she's got a direction, and her direction, it seems, would be to develop this Ten of Pentacles family life energy, this stability for herself and for everybody that she loves. And she's going to do it by delving, and by the way, when I say she, I'm simply referring to, well, in the words of Eric on Divine Conversations, masculine and feminine energy. So the Queen of Wands is not gender specific, not even close. But this Queen of Wands is going to do this by channeling her energy into something that she loves, something she really believes in, something that she knows is abundant. Thing is though, is it looks like she's got some choices here and some indecision on it, and she is just not sure which direction she wants to go. Not exactly sure. She might be getting close to making a choice, especially because we have the Fool here at the bottom of the deck. And the Fool has figured that out. And she's got her dog, of course, with her pet, her trusted companion, to give her warning signals. Yeah, so there's some indecision, but you're getting close. Whoever this resonates with, you are getting close, and it looks like it's going to be very good, very prosperous and abundant for you. There's also the Two of Pentacles there underneath the Fool, so getting over any perceived imbalance, any wishy-washiness there, any upheaval and tumultuous energy. Now, that said, I'm going to finish shuffling and cutting the deck, and we will dig right in here. I am excited. This is my first video, and you know, I've dragged my feet for nigh on a year here to start this, and I just realized recently that it's now or never. Like ripping off a band-aid, you can't leave it there forever, you know, and it's either going to fall off or stagnate one way or the other. Maybe not the best analogy, but there it is. Alright. And we're at that point. It's time to cut the deck. Oh, and to let you know, I will only be drawing 4 cards for the initial spread. I address the foundation of the matter or the past energy, the current energy or present situation, and the possible outcome, and there we go, and the oh, there we go, Magician, the Magician, and the overall the overall message that goes along with the spread. Already looking pretty good, because I mean, the Eight of Pentacles, that you know, that came up first in the pre-shuffle, and there it is, first card. That's the foundation of the matter. Finding your passion, really honing in on what drives you and what will bring in the abundance, the satisfaction, yeah, just what will bring in the abundance and the personal satisfaction, you know, that satisfy that passion that you feel, that inner fire, which might seem a little odd because that's the Pentacles, it's the Earth card, but hey, you know. And here, in the present, you are manifesting with this. You're manifesting with this to create. Well, let's see what you're going to create, actually. We might want to get that far. I suppose that might be a good idea. That one wants to come out. Oh, you're going to manifest a fated outcome. A destined outcome. Oh, it's going to be so good, too. I want to see what this card is. Yep, it's coming in quick. Man, I'm very bad at sticking to my own rules. I like to peek. Oh, yeah, no. It's going to be good. The Chariot's was there just after that last card. So we'll leave that out. I don't really do the bottom of the deck so much as I do. I take the cards I feel compelled to. But wow, my goodness. Out of a 4-card reading, 2 of them are already major arcanum. And then our little extra that wanted to come out, the Chariot. So this is going to happen quickly for whoever this resonates for. This is not going to be a slow gig. I would call out what zodiac signs were associated with the cards, but you know what? I am not that adept at that. I am not that well versed. I've picked up things here and there, but I don't know enough to reliably call them out. Oh, whoops, sorry. Bumped my own camera. So we have somebody, I'm going to use this little doohickey here. We have somebody here who's working really hard. They are working hard too at something they love. This isn't somebody who, they're not in an environment they hate. They're outdoors. They have a beautiful view. They have all of their abundant, all of their, it's clear that this person feels passionate about being diligent in this work. And they're manifesting with this work. Oh, I have my, there we go, pointer stick. And this is orange kyanite, in case any of you are wondering. I love it. I think of it as my little lightning bolt stone. Here's the magician manifesting away with all of this work from that they feel so confident in dedicating themselves to. And that's good. If you have something that you feel dedicated to and that you feel confident in, go get it. Go work with that, because here in the potential outcome, you have destined abundance. This abundance is destined. And the general message, the overall message is the Ace of Staves. This is going to be good. This is going to be a beautiful new beginning. You are, wow, this is going to be amazing for you. And, you know, this is not to say it won't be without its challenges, because, I mean, you may be manifesting something awesome, but clearly there's hard work here. There's a lot of work to be done, physical and spiritual. You know, what are the words? Nothing worth having is ever easy. Nothing worth having is ever easy. It's not for the faint of heart. This is not a faint of heart outcome. But this is awesome. You know, it might seem kind of alarming, you know, it's like, oh, you know, one of these people at least looks really kind of worried, but this person does not. And I'll be honest, this person kind of looks like they're mirroring the confidence of the magician over here to me. They really do. And the fact that the magician, I might have put those in the wrong order, that the magician is here, came out before this, tells me this magician who is working away, we're not going to say slaving, who is working away, dedicated to their craft that they feel passionate about. They know it's going to lead them to their destined outcome, to their abundance, maybe to their passionate, fiery new beginning that is going to grow. Look at the little sprouts coming off of that stave, you know, and then on top of that it's a stave, and as many people have pointed out, this card is quite phallic. What can be more indicative of a prosperous and abundant beginning than fire, than, you know, such creative visualizations and imagery. It's such elements. This is going to be good. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be willing to take that mighty leap of faith. It's not, you know, and I mean, hey, and I get it. I know how difficult that can sometimes be, even when you're absolutely confident and passionate about something. I know how difficult it can be to get out there, to put yourself out there. It took me, as I said, nigh on a year to finally start posting, to start filming. And so here I am on November the 6th at something approaching 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, finally putting out my first video. And as I said before too, this is all going to happen quick. Once you decide to use this, whatever it is you feel passionate and dedicated to manifest this outcome and this new beginning, oh, all of the chips are going to fall into place so beautifully, so quickly. Look at this. This is not somebody who is worried about their domain, about what they are overseeing. This guy, this person knows this chariot, where this chariot is going. That where it's going, how it's going, when it's going. This person is not doubtful, and they are blazing trails. Go get it. Blaze your trails. Don't let anybody stop you or hold you back. Speaking from personal experience, that sucks. I have done that. I did not like it. Not one wee little bit. And here I am now. Finally practicing at least a little bit of what I am preaching. And wow, this is going to be, yeah, go get it. For whoever is resonating with this, please do not hesitate. Do not hold back. You know, oh, maybe not the most, I'm going to clarify a little bit on what might be helpful to you. Oh, and if anybody is curious, I am using the Tarot Muka cards. That's my main deck. I absolutely love this deck. I actually first saw this deck when watching Universal Intuition, and I think also Sal over on Eat, Read, Love, Inc. But anyway, sort of a sidetrack there. I'm going to clarify a little bit of all of this message, and to do that, I'm going to be using this deck. This is one of my all-time favorite. Actually, okay, it would be really hard for me to say which of my decks is my absolute favorite. This is one of my constant go-tos, the Tarot Muka, but this one, since I have found it, has become one of my absolute favorites. Here's the cover box. This is the Herb Crafters Tarot, and for me, I find so much resonance and use for it simply because I love to work with herbs for healing and spiritual purposes, and when I have experienced success using something in a certain manner or in a certain combination, I love to share that. And this tarot deck, the Herb Crafters Tarot, has really helped remind me of some of the knowledge that I had forgotten. Go figure. From when I was younger, I've studied herbs for a long time, informally, for my own personal pursuits for myself and for my family, for healing us and healing the planet. And when I came across this, I realized right away, this is a deck I'm going to be using to clarify messages in this channel. And so we're going to clarify here, and we're going to see what, if we can get any further insight, and what herbs especially might be beneficial to you in your practice. And when it comes to these types of herbs, some of them, like the Justice card, which is cannabis, might not be readily available to you wherever you are at in the state that you're at. But aside from that, I will actually read the descriptions for these cards. They're not very long, and they give some suggestions on how to channel the spirits of the plants into your daily practice and utilize them in that way, So, yeah. Even if you can't readily find all of these readily available in, say, a natural health food store or any grocery store, you honestly should be able to find them in most grocery stores, organic or otherwise, and hopefully be able to incorporate them into your practice, either through teas, smoking them, putting them into your bath, etc. You know, there's, you know, hanging them in your windowsill, making your own incense, using them in mandalas or grids. There's so many ways you can incorporate these into your practice. And I am now going to stop talking. I've been shuffling for a minute here, and I'm going to cut the deck, and we're going to see what comes out to clarify this and give you any further suggestions here. Excuse me, my nose got itchy all of a sudden. I don't know why. It's crazy. It was just fine for, you know. And yes, I have red wine. So for whoever does opt to watch these videos, if you would like to join me with a glass of wine or tea or coffee or scotch or something, I don't know, whatever floats your boat, absolutely feel free to. It will be, honestly, it'll just cause you to feel more relaxed. Oh, well, all right then. Somebody needs catnip, apparently. Interesting. That card has literally never come out, and it's so cute because there's a cat in it. Look at the cat, look at the cat, look at the cat. I'm sorry. Sorry, squirrel moment. There's a little kitty cat there, you see it? And its face is there, and it's got its little legs stretched out, and underneath the catnip, it's got its kitty dope on. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. And the catnip is the Iha of air. The Iha. Yeah, I think I'm saying that right. It's Spanish influence, this deck. It's phenomenal. But anyway, catnip, and that would, the Ihas are the equivalent of the pages in the standard Rider-Waite tarot. And there's, in the placements of the knights, there is the Adelitas, and then in the position of the queens is the Madre, and in the position of the kings is the Curandera. And I absolutely love the energy in this deck. It is just phenomenal. I have been, you know, I've been reminded of so many different herbs, and honestly had new herbs entirely pointed out to me that I can and probably should incorporate into my practice in some way, or at least whose spirits and energies I can call upon. And if you hadn't gathered from my language, I am a firm believer in the fact that absolutely every part of creation has a spirit. You know, Pocahontas's Colors of the Wind, that's my jam, you know. I believe that every rock and tree and creature has a spirit and a name, has their own life. Oh, there we go, Madre of Earth. Okay, look at that beautiful one. This reminds me of my trip to the Grand Canyon earlier this summer. Not that I specifically saw the creosote, creosote bush, but the canyon walls there really remind me of that. I don't know if it will focus properly. Come on, thing, focus a little better. Okay, maybe not. We'll try that in a minute. Okay, and we have the Four of Earth, which is willow. Oh, this one is beautiful. I love it. They're weaving baskets in this one. We're going to find out all about these juicy little tidbits here in a moment. I will... No, wait, no. You can't do that to me. Okay. We'll see if there's any others out after these 5. I'm kind of hoping there's not too many more, because as much as the descriptions aren't that long, they can get a little lengthy. Okay, last one. Adelita of Air, oregano. Yes, I see. Somebody needs to cook, apparently. No, I'm kidding. You might need to cook some food. But, you know, it might just be that these are some herbs, especially as we have things such as, yeah, you know what, we have a lot of soothing herbs here. We have the Iha of Air, and that is catnip. As I already said before, there's a cat. There's a little cat, and it's catnip. He's sleeping under a catnip bush. It's a pretty little calico cat with long fur, a ragdoll calico. This is the Madre of Earth, the creosote bush. As you can see, this is beautiful artwork here. Actually, you know what? Now that I look at it from here, this actually looks kind of like a face, like an ancient face, looking out. Just there. I can't really, I don't really, it's not as visible at first when I'm looking at it dead on, but when I look at it there, the reflection back through the camera on the screen there, I see, looks kind of like a face overseeing, like somebody overseeing something. And then we have Four of Earth, which is Willow right here. And that's, you know, there's the creation. There's baskets. They're creating baskets in that one. There we got, this is the Iha of Earth, which is Linden. Now, Linden is interesting. I didn't know a whole lot about Linden in general until about 9 years ago. And linden, they're the linden trees, and the linden trees are also known in Europe as lime trees, and this is not to confuse them with the trees that bear lime fruit, the citrus fruit. Totally different tree. Totally different. The linden trees were extremely important in ancient European cultures, in the pagan cultures and the earth-based cultures. The trees were huge and sturdy. As you can see, they used the branches there. They're making what looks like a fence there and everything, and there's that tree up there. This is the linden tree, and the linden tree has beautiful white flowers, and it has beautiful heart-shaped leaves. The branches and the sinews from the linden tree were used for all kinds of things, from building fences and homes and whatnot, but especially, actually I don't remember if they were used for homes, but they were used to make very strong ropes. And the linden tree is associated with strong bonds, especially romantic or familial, but overall with strong bonds. And I won't go too much further into it, just to say that they were significant in all kinds of ceremonies, especially involving dance. They would build elaborate dancing platforms around the bases of these trees, and as the trees got bigger, they would just build them bigger and taller. Man, it would have been lovely. Who knows? Maybe I did live a life in that era. But you know what? It was, the linden tree is beautiful. And the linden tree, the linden leaves and flowers pair well with catnip as a tea. Also with chamomile. It's very soothing and calming. So maybe somebody needs to calm down a little bit. Maybe needs to rest and soothe themselves, because I'm seeing a lot of soothing herbs. And we have bee balm here too. Bee balm. Here we go. Two of fire. So we got a confirmation, like a little bit of a double whammy there from the pre-shuffle and the Taramuka. Here's the two of fire, and it's bee balm. And you can see those pretty red flowers and the gardening table. Just wonderful. And sorry, maybe it's just too much talking. I don't know. This is just my video. And here we have the Adelita of Air. The Adelita of Air is oregano. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful image. You know what's interesting is this image is actually depicting preparations for a yoni steam bath, which is cleansing and strengthening to the female body, especially to the female reproductive organs. It helps cleanse and draw out toxins while also delivering special vital nutrients and beneficial nutrients to the human female body, but especially via the reproductive, through the vaginal tract and everything. It's just wonderful for helping heal your body. So that's what this is actually depicting, in case anybody was wondering why there's a chair with a hole in it over a pot of water. They are in fact preparing to make a steam bath. So, if there are any ladies out there who have been experiencing any kind of issues with their lady bits, with their female reproductive system, their creative center and everything, any kind of imbalances, this could be very beneficial to you, as well as using yoni eggs. Utilizing yoni eggs. And you know what? The most common and popular, especially if you're new to it, are nephrite jade and rose quartz. There was another kind that I can't remember right offhand. I will be straight with you all. I didn't, and I'm not going to give a tutorial on the yoni steam bath or the yoni eggs. I would advise you to look that up with Google or whatever your preferred search engine is. There's a plethora of information out there for you. I did not get a nephrite jade or rose quartz or amethyst yoni eggs off the bat. I actually mentioned to a friend that I was thinking about acquiring some yoni eggs, and she advised me to to use Shiva lingams. And in this case, because Shiva lingams are naturally already shaped much like the yoni eggs, and something told her, spirit told her, you know what, you should advise Zephyr to use that. And so she did, and I was like, you know what, that's a great idea. And so my first yoni egg, and actually all of my yoni eggs since, have actually been Shiva lingams, which I personally have found to be wonderful for helping to eliminate backaches, especially related to energy attachments from other people and entities. Because I don't know why, but there'd be some mofos think they want to be like messing with my hips and my lower back and everything, and I'm like, I'm not even trying to do that. And no, not like people beating me up, like spiritual energies and things, and you know, and then even just straining my back using the Shiva lingam. Yeah, it works very, very quickly, very effectively. Thank you, gods, for that friend. So now moving right along, we're actually going to dig in, because we're already at 32 minutes. We're going to dig in on what the overall messages about these herbs are. And you know, you can decide, you can take it or leave it. That's part of why I'm reading it. You can take it or leave it on which ones you think speak to you and will help you with this. Because you know what? Not all of these will resonate for every single person with regards to helping them get this new beginning, this destined, fated new start, this vibrant start off the ground, you know. Not all of it will resonate. But that said, let's dig in with the Iha of air. The Iha of air. I have, yeah, like I said, I've yet to actually have that one come up in a reading for myself. So, we're going to find out about it. Oh, you know, this actually makes perfect sense, too. The Iha of air. No, okay, sorry. I'm, like, way ahead of you all. Apologies. I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. I'm going to admire the cute little cat underneath the catnip bush. Oh, here, I'm going to read you a little bit about the Ihas. Daughters, play, wonder, innocence. That's what the Iha cards represent. So now, we're going to get into the Iha of air. Return to a beginner's mind. First thought, best thought. Make mischief with a sleeping cat. Yeah, I'm not sure I'd advise that one, just because I've been a pet parent to many, many cats, and some cats don't mind if you play with them a little bit while they're sleeping, but there are some, yeah, they'll screw you up quickly, painfully. But let's continue on. The sky is clear and blue on a bright spring day. Sage, lemon balm, catnip, and California poppy fill a small garden. Don't know if any of those resonate with you. A cat slumbers, barely noticeable in the catnip. The soft, pungent herb curves around the cat's head like a wild green mane. A girl plucks a sprig of catnip in her right hand and gleefully reaches toward the sleeping animal. The Iha of air invites everything to be her teacher. She observes the cat, and sorry about the glare. She observes the cat and playfully follows her into the catnip. Like this herb that grows wild through the garden, she lets the world around her inform the direction she takes. She approaches learning with the innocence of a child. She may revisit a well-known subject with the curiosity of a beginner. Just as catnip settles emotions with its refreshing medicine, she sets her feelings aside and communicates her observations and questions clearly. Interesting. So, and here's some ideas for crafting with catnip with the Iha of air. Try something new. Grow catnip in a window pot or garden. Perform a ritual with catnip before meditation to return to a beginner's mind. Strengthen the psychic bond between you and your familiars. Craft a catnip mouse. Oh, so that might be, so there's a few different avenues there, a few different ideas and thoughts on that one. And I will reread the little beginning message, because, there's this little, never mind. Anyway, I'm not going to show you the book. The book is too small. It says, return to the beginner's mind. First thought, best thought. Make mischief with a sleeping cat. Sounds like some sound advice there. I'm getting that. You know what? That thought, that idea that you might be second guessing yourself on, that the pre-shuffle energy showed you might be second guessing yourself on. Don't second guess yourself. Go for it. Take that leap. Because you know what? It might not actually be all that much of a leap in the end. You just think it is. Now, we're going to move on to the Madre of Earth, and the Madre of Earth is, the Madres are the mothers, love, nourishment, guidance. That's the energy, the overall overarching energy they embody. Those are the key words for their energy. And this is the Madre of Earth, and she is the creosote bush, Varia tridentata. That's a fun word. Oh, right, Latin. Be a shared guardian of the wild places. Ooh, that's a message for me. Build circles of women. Share the medicine. A woman travels deep into a canyon surrounded by the scrub plants of the Sonoran Desert. A large dancing rock towers before her, a flat mesa sturdy behind it. Before collecting medicine, she makes an offering to the land. She raises a clay bowl full of creosote flowers to the sun and sings a song of gratitude. Always a good idea, honestly. The Madre of Earth provides for herself and her community. Like the creosote bush, she creates many remedies. She honors the land as she gathers medicine. She is in good health and inspires others to the same with her grounded daily rituals. She knows creosote bush thrives in depleted soil where other plants cannot. She, too, is considered a survivor because of her ability to grow strong. As a true guardian of the place, she learns from creosote, the mother of all plants, how to enhance the lives of generations beyond her lifetime. She steadily supports her people as well as the animals and plants of the region. Embrace your quiet nature. It is the foundation of grace. And some suggestions for crafting with the Madre of Earth are: empower future generations. Lead a medicine walk in your community. Protect wild spaces. Make an offering to the land in the form of a mandala. Share the medicine. Make creosote salve and give it away to everyone. I'll be honest, I don't think any of those are a bad idea. They all sound really awesome. So, if this overall message resonates with you, be a guardian of the wild places. Build circles of women. Share the medicine. Yeah, share the medicine. It's important. I know, some people who watch this may have seen me in other YouTubers, other tarot readers and energy workers channels, and heard me talk about things like fire cider, and honestly, fire cider was something that I came across partly because of this, and it turns out it's an old remedy. Or you might hear me talk about salt soaks or smoking mugwort or something like that, and honestly, it's because that's all herbal medicine, and I like to share the healing. So if I sound a little repetitive sometimes, I apologize, but I tell people what works. at least for me, and I make the suggestion in case it would work for them. And no, I am not a medical professional, not even close. So, just know, any advice here? I'm not a psychiatrist. I am doing this simply as a helpful message. You know, I'm not a doctor. I just practice personal herbal healing, and I like to share that personal experience and benefit with everyone else. So don't get any ideas. Got it? Just kidding. I mean, not about the not being a doctor and all that bit, but I mean never mind. Never mind. Sorry. Getting silly there. Anyway, moving right along to the Four of Earth, we have Willow. Be a wise steward of your resources. Oh, that makes wonderful sense, because what are they doing? They're using their resources to create tools that will help them always. Be a wise steward of your resources. Be flexible yet sturdy. Strong roots help young sprouts grow. That never a truer word was spoken. Weaving tools and an unfinished willow basket sit on a wooden table. A sturdy ancient grandmother willow tree stands tall nearby. Her branches bend in the wind. A harvest of willow rods provides enough material for making many baskets. Conservation is key to sustainability. Take time to gather your resources respectfully and carefully. Tend them well. Create space to preserve what you have gained. As a border plant, willow protects natural area and creates sanctuary in the underbrush for small animals. Young trees can be shaped and curved to fit the location. The pliable and hardy stems are prized by basket makers. Making tools for today is medicine for tomorrow. Build a foundation for future harvests. A tea made from willow branches is used as a rooting hormone that helps other plants grow. Give thanks to those who have given your life roots. Be as generous in sharing your gifts as your teachers have been with you. You know what? Yeah. I'm not going to say a whole lot there. Just, I definitely resonate with that. Frame an altar with willow branches. Oh, crafting with the Four of Earth. My apologies. Frame an altar with willow branches. Place objects representing what you want to protect inside. Weave a willow bracelet around your wrist. Wear it to be flexible and strong. Shower your teachers with gratitude. Send a gift of natural art using willow. Now, I don't know how readily available willow is to everybody, but the idea is, even if you can't make or acquire willow for making a bracelet or something, or make an altar, frame an altar with willow branches, or give a gift of willow art, still, the idea is there, the spirit of it is there, the energy, call on the spirit of the willow tree, think about their flexibility and how durable they are, and, maybe just give a gift, period, made out of natural materials or what have you, to somebody that you hold in high regard that has taught you a lot. Excuse me. Moving on to the Iha of Earth, Linden. I was telling you a little bit about that one. This one it's just such a beautiful card. Just so beautiful. All of the plants, the lush greenery. Adelita of Earth. No, not Adelita. What am I thinking? Iha. I'm having a moment. Sorry. Having a moment. Sorry. Iha of Earth. Linden. Linden. Return to a beginner's path. Ooh. Oh. Darn it. I was just saying something about this in the chat on somebody else's channel earlier, that I had essentially received a message that I needed to do an entire script rewrite for myself. So here we are. Return to a beginner's path. Light-hearted as a blossom. Grounded as a sheltering tree. Be flexible as you build your future. Definitely resonating there with me also. Hopefully it resonates with you. A child weaves a wattle fence with linden branches around a small garden. It is haphazard and uneven, but effective and useful. She